You already know what it is. Big Dog Chico back with another one. Big Dog Chico Reacts, BDC Reacts. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, and all the other good stuff. We're still on this food topic. And how is it made, or how it's made to be exact? Got some Oreo cookies. Let me know in the chat, did you eat Oreo cookies growing up? Do you eat them now? What's your favorite type? Is it the double stuff? Is it different type of cream or flavored, or the Christmas times ones? What's your favorite type of Oreo cookies? Let me know right now. We're gonna find out how they're made, what's in them. Of course, we've been seeing online where they're indestructible. They're not good for you, probably they say. But we're gonna find out what's in them, and we can make a decision for ourselves whether they're good for you or not. Should you be eating them now or not? I know for me, it's been hard for me to get up off them Oreos, but I've been up off them Oreos for at least since January of 2025, January of this year. Yeah, I've been off them. So at least about 6 months now. We've been off them Oreo cookies, and we look to stay off them for at least for the foreseeable future. I used to kill them things with a glass of milk with some ice, though. Boy, what? Let's get to the video,
At the start of the 20th century, an American cookie company introduced something truly special. 2 crispy chocolate cookies sandwiching a rich, creamy vanilla filling.
Man.
It was an instant hit, and even after nearly a century, the world still can't get enough. People everywhere.
He said even after a century, half a century, how long?
Get enough. People everywhere
How
still
long?
can't get enough. Get enough. And even after nearly a century.
Nearly a century, man. Almost 100 years.
The world still can't get enough. People everywhere are obsessed with that perfect combo of crunchy cookies and smooth, dreamy cream.
Oh, that was classic. What's your favorite part of the Oreo? Is it the outside or is it the inside? Do you twist yours off? Do you break yours off? How do you do it? Man, that's so classic right there. Oreos with some milk. All they need to do for me is put some ice in that milk, and we're going to be good to go. Put some ice up in my milk, baby. It sure tastes good to me. Put some ice up in my milk, baby. It sure tastes good to me. All right, back to the video.
And let's be real, dunking them in milk? It's practically an art form at this point, and honestly, one of the most deliciously fun ways to enjoy a sweet treat. But have you ever wondered what's actually inside an Oreo?
Yes. Please let me know, please. Thank you.
In today's video, we're taking you behind the scenes to uncover how the world's most popular cookie is made, and we'll even spill a few secrets hidden inside every irresistible bite.
The world's most popular cookie is not like a chocolate chip or a Chips Ahoy. It's an Oreo? Unbelievable.
Oreo first hit the scene in 1912. Created by the National Biscuit Company, what we now know as Nabisco, part of the Mondelez International family. This cookie stood out with a simple but totally iconic.
See, the Hydrox was the first cookie of this nature, but they just had a crazy name. That sounded like Clorox or some type of cleaning, solution, Hydrox. But they still sell them nowadays, but we would look at them. I remember my grandmother buying them, and we thinking that, man, you getting the knockoff brand. We want Oreo. They don't even taste right. It's a different type of chocolate that they use. I saw a documentary on that. They came out first. Oreo came out second. And basically copied the cookie and made it with a different type of chocolate formula. But let's get into it.
Design. 2 dark, round chocolate cookies sandwiching a sweet, creamy white filling. Originally, Oreos were all about that classic combo rich dark chocolate cookies with a smooth vanilla cream center.
See,
of course,
those are not
today
Oreos.
There are endless flavor variations to satisfy Oreo fans around the globe.
Red velvet.
Fun fact, the very first Oreo design featured a wreath of flowers around the edge, with the word Oreo proudly stamped right in the center. Before those delicious Oreos we all know and love can be made, the ingredients have to be prepared with
sugar.
Key players behind this legendary cookie: all-purpose flour, sugar, cocoa powder, vegetable oil, salt, and baking soda. The flour used is mostly all-purpose flour sourced from local wheat farms right here in the US. To keep the cookie texture nice and smooth, the flour is carefully sifted to get rid of any lumps. And here's a pro tip. You want to mix the dough just enough. Overmixing can activate too much gluten, making the cookie tough instead of giving it that perfect light crunch we all crave. Also, using high-protein flour? Big no-no. It messes with the Oreo's signature soft bite. As for the sugar,
Damn.
Oreo uses fine white granulated sugar. also harvested from local farms across the US. They usually go with finely ground sugar because large crystals.
See, my problem was with Oreos, I would eat the whole sleeve. Sometimes I would eat a whole sleeve plus. If I know we had two packages of Oreos in the house, I might just eat the whole thing in 1 or 2 sittings. Let me know, do y'all put y'all Oreos in the fridge too? Those are the best tasting Oreos. When they're cold, damn near frozen, what? Put them in the fridge, dog.
Don't dissolve well and could cause the cookie surface to crack and lose that smooth, even finish. If powdered sugar is used, it has to be sifted too, making sure it blends perfectly with the flour and cocoa powder. And fun fact, the Oreo cookie itself isn't super sweet. The amount of sugar in the cookie dough is carefully balanced. It's only about 15% of the total dry ingredients. That way, the slightly less sweet cookie pairs beautifully with the rich, sweet cream filling in the middle. Now let's talk cocoa
That is true.
powder, the real magic behind Oreo's iconic chocolate flavor. The cocoa is made from carefully selected cacao beans, mainly grown in places like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and Indonesia. After harvesting, the beans are roasted, ground, and processed into cocoa powder. But here's the secret. To get that deep, almost black color and smooth chocolate flavor we all recognize,
Tell us what you do.
Oreo uses alkalized cocoa powder, meaning it's been treated with an alkalizing agent to neutralize natural acidity. This not only gives the cookie that intense dark color, but also a mellow, less tangy flavor compared to natural cocoa powder. If you used natural cocoa instead, the cookies would turn out lighter brown and have a slightly sour taste, totally not the classic Oreo vibe we all know and love. The Oreo making process kicks off with massive bags of pure sugar getting poured into giant mixers to start building the.
And see, that's why it's not good for us, guys. We gotta slow down. I used to just imagine that a whole sleeve with a glass of whole milk. That has sugar in it too, dog. Like, man, we killing ourselves. And I was doing that constantly. I used to live off that, dog.
The cookie dough.
I'm having withdrawal flashbacks right now, right in front of you.
Once the sugar is in, cocoa powder gets added, along with a mix of salt and a few other secret supporting ingredients. Next up, a stream
What are the secret? Okay,
of canola oil is poured in to help bind all those dry ingredients into a smooth, sticky
canola
dough.
oil.
Every ratio here is perfectly calculated. 40% flour, 25% dark cocoa powder, 15% sugar, 15% fat, and the rest are the magic extras. The whole mix gets blended together inside heavy-duty industrial mixers. Then here's where it gets interesting. Workers add water, and the dough starts to look like a thick, chocolatey soup. To control the temperature, they toss in dry ice. As the dry ice evaporates, it rapidly cools the dough, keeping everything nice and chill for about 30 minutes. Cooling the dough early is super important. Cold dough is much easier to handle and way less likely to crack.
If I worked in that factory, boy, they have to keep me away from that. That'd be like the bowl when your mama makes some a cake or something. I'd be dipping up in that mug. What? Go home with some of that. Imagine going home smelling like Oreo cookies to your wife or to your husband or something. To your kids, they run up there, Daddy, you got your Oreo smelling good. Oh yeah, they love you, boy. Oreo cookies smelling
when it's rolled out, which means the final cookies bake up perfectly crisp and even. Finally, a leavening agent gets added into the mix, completing the rich, chocolatey dough ready for the next step, shaping those iconic Oreo cookies. Once the dough is dried and ready, it heads over to the shaping and stamping station. Workers scoop the dough onto a conveyor belt that feeds it into giant rollers. These rollers press the dough into those familiar little circles we all recognize.
Whoa.
And at the same time, stamp in the signature Oreo design.
And it always gets me how these machines are made. That's like the great feat for me. These machines that are made to produce these foods in like just massive amounts. You know what I mean? And the efficiency of it also. This is crazy.
The stamping machine presses the iconic Oreo logo and that beautiful wreath pattern onto every single cookie instantly. It's a small detail, but honestly, it's a game changer. Branding like that can boost the cookie's appeal by almost 90%.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Slap a cool logo on anything, and it automatically looks way more delicious.
Yeah.
This shaping machine cranks out up to 6,000 Oreos every hour.
6,000 every hour.
Keeping the production line moving at an absolutely insane pace. After getting perfectly shaped and stamped, the raw Oreo cookies continue their journey down a long steel conveyor belt, heading straight into massive industrial ovens. Inside, the heat is cranked way up, kept steady between 340 and 360 degrees Fahrenheit to bake the cookies just right. They only spend about 10 to 12 minutes inside, just enough time to get that perfect crispy shell without drying out or turning rock hard. The result? A light, crunchy cookie with the perfect texture that we all know and love. And get this, the oven itself stretches a mind-blowing 400 feet long. That's enough space to give every cookie a slow, even ride through the heat, making sure they're baked to absolute perfection before moving on to the next stage. As soon as the cookies come out of the oven, they're blasted with cool air from giant industrial fans.
As soon as they come out of the oven, BiggDogg Chico is over there. That's why you got to keep him out of the factory. He over there picking off a cookie. I got to tell you to make sure it's right. Picking off a cookie. Man, stop picking off the cookies, man.
Bring down the temperature.
I hope those fans don't have any dust on them. Like, how do they keep those fans from being dusty? You know how fans get dusty? Like the fan that you have in your room right now? How do they keep it from being dusty? That's what I want to know. Is it a certain time when the production line is stopped and they're cleaned? Because other than that, I would think there would be dust trapped up in there, or they're in a non-dust facility. You feel me? Because it's food everywhere. So probably have some suctions at the top, you know, filters. Yeah, okay.
This rapid cooling helps lock in that perfect crunch and keeps the cookie structure nice and stable. Then they roll onto another conveyor belt where a team of sharp-eyed workers is already waiting, eyes locked onto the endless stream of cookies.
That's where I'd be working at right there. I'd be the sharp-eye worker because they get to take that stuff off and they basically, I'm sure, just discard it. I'd have me a trash can, a bag, a box, or something right there. You skid everyone. Hey, put them right here, dog. Oh, y'all ain't wearing no gloves. I bet I get my own. Take them to the crib, baby. Have me a little song I'm singing as I'm taking them to the crib. What?
Any cookies that are cracked, misshapen,
6,000 an hour. They ain't missing no cookies.
Or a little too toasty get snatched off the line in a flash, making sure only the best of the.
Look at them. They got theirs, man. Like poker chips at a casino or something. They got theirs. They touching their hands. They can't go anywhere else. You can't sell them. You can't resell them. You can't. Like, what you gonna do? Only options are throw them away or, dog, you could take them home. You know what I mean? You could take them home. I'm taking them home.
Rows and rows of Oreo cookies flow down the belts, twisting and turning through the factory like a living, swirling river of chocolate, creating a scene that's both crazy busy and absolutely mesmerizing to watch. While the cookies are being baked and prepped, the creamy vanilla filling is also being made with serious precision and quality control. It all starts with the key ingredients: powdered sugar, vegetable fat, corn syrup, natural or artificial vanilla flavoring, and a small amount of emulsifier, all measured out automatically according to a super specific formula.
Is that anything you want to be eating right there? I don't know if that's anything you want to be really eating right there, dog. You feel me? I don't know if that's something you want to be eating right there. Here you go.
To a super specific formula. The powdered sugar emulsifier, all measured out automatically. Powdered sugar, vegetable fat, corn syrup, natural or artificial vanilla flavoring, and a small amount of emulsifier, all measured out automatically according to a super specific formula. The powdered sugar and fat go straight into giant mixing tanks, where high-speed mixers whip everything together in a carefully temperature-controlled environment to prevent any oil from separating. Once the sugar and fat are whipped up into a smooth...
Was whipping like my homie back in the day. He's scared. Shout out to my dog. You know who you are. I walked up in your house. You was up in there whipping. Whip, 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 whip. I had to get up out of there. Whip, 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 whip. I'm gone. I said, man, how you going to invite me in your house? You up here whipping up. Come on, dog. Let me go.
Smooth, fluffy mixture. Corn syrup is slowly added in to give the cream its signature stretchiness and help it stay moist. At the same time, vanilla flavoring is blended in to create that sweet, irresistible aroma we all know and love. The entire mixing process is kept cool between 68 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, making sure the cream stays soft and silky, but thick enough to hold its perfect shape when it's piped onto the cookies. Once the cream is perfectly mixed, it gets loaded into an automated pumping system, where tiny nozzles precisely squeeze out the perfect amount of filling for every single cookie. The pumping speed and cream output are fully synced with the cookie assembly line, keeping everything running like clockwork.
So
half of the Oreo cookies are neatly lined up on the conveyor belt, and a perfect swirl of vanilla cream is piped right onto the center of each one at just the right height and size to create that classic Oreo look. Then, the other half of the cookies gently drop on top, pressing down just enough to spread the cream evenly without messing up those clean edges we all recognize. And get this, each line can crank out an insane 3,000 finished Oreos every...
Just enough to press it perfectly so it can be evenly...
Get this, each line can crank out an insane 3,000 without messing up those clean edges we all recognize.
Without messing up the clean edges we all recognize. Unbelievable.
And get this, each line can crank out an insane 3,000 finished Oreos every single minute. Once the cookies are sandwiched together, they head straight into a...
Okay, that's where y'all eating y'all Oreos from now, dog. Does that look sanitary? I'm surprised they showed that right there. Does that look sanitary? Is that sanitary? What y'all think about that? Is that a non-factor? You know? Let me know what y'all think. I have no problem. I've been off the Oreos for a while, so I have no problem right now. You
A
know,
rapid cooling time.
I'm having flashbacks, but when you see like stuff like that, it'll make you, man, you don't want to eat that, man. It's highly processed food.
Where the cream firms up, locking everything into place and making the cookies easier to handle in packaging.
Nothing has been grown. That's highly processed. It's coming from, it's like a factory making cars, making shoes.
Throughout the entire assembly
Making
process,
cookies.
strict quality control checks are in place, and any batch of cream that doesn't meet Oreo's high standards, it's pulled off the line immediately. Only the best make it through.
Chico, that's only just extra chocolate just over there, man. The extra chocolate been there for a while, and you know what that draws and creates at nighttime? Bugs. Bugs love chocolate and milk and cream and stuff like that. I'm sure they have a bad bug and rat problem if they're having that much spillage and overflow. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about it. But you know, I'm not trying to down it. Y'all want to eat it? Y'all still eat it? Let me know in the chat. But me, I've been off for a different reason. But now, definitely going to continue to be off. Got a little rat hair on your Oreo. What?
Finally,
I mean, obviously, you know, with so many that they make, you know, the chances of you getting an actual piece on your Oreo is probably slim, but there's some remnants of something somewhere up in there. You know, I bet you if you put a microscope on it, you'll see something.
fully assembled Oreos make their way into the automated packing station, where these super skilled robot fingers neatly group the cookies into sets of 11.
Look at my slabs right there, my sleeves right there.
Mechanical
Look,
clamps
packs of 11.
gently grab each bundle and place them carefully into waiting plastic trays. Once the trays are
Look, they skipped one right there, man. Y'all just
full,
skip it out.
they're sent over to the packing station, where the cookies are sealed up nice and tight and packed into boxes, ready for shipping. From there, those boxes of Oreos are sent all over the world to distributors, supermarkets,
All over the world.
and yep, probably right onto your kitchen shelf too. But let's be honest, keeping these cookies sealed up for more than a few minutes once they're home, pretty much impossible. What about you?
What about me? They don't make it, like that pack gonna be broken open in the car. At least one or two of them. You feel me? Then you get home late at night, bam, you don't want to make nothing. All I need to do is make a glass of cold milk with some ice in it. Flashback City right now. What? Give me a sleeve of those. Oh my gosh. It's OV.
What's your all-time favorite Oreo flavor? Drop a comment down below. We'd love to hear
Original.
it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share it with your fellow
Double stuff fine too, but I'll take the original.
Oreo lovers, and hit subscribe with the notification.
But none of those, I don't want no strawberry shortcake. I don't want no red velvet. I don't want no extra flavors. That's even more sugar they're adding in there. I'm good to go. I just want the regular Oreos. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure I don't get up and go to the store right now and go buy me some Oreos. And see, I don't even drink whole milk anymore, so I don't crave the Oreos too. And when so if I eat an Oreo, I will want some milk. So if I'm not drinking milk, then I don't want Oreos, and vice versa. You know what I mean? It's like you can't have one without the other. So I'm off them things. Give me a applause, hand clap, or something in the chat right now, because I'm not getting up and going to the store and give me some Oreos. You feel me?
That's a lie.
I'm not going to get me no Oreos. I'm dead serious. I ain't getting no Oreos.
That's a lie.
Oh my gosh. Chill out, Coach Prime. Y'all hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff, man. Let me know what y'all think. It's the biggest dog Chico to the scene, the place to be. Ice cream sandwiches. I just did that one. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out. Oreo cookies. Oreo cookies. Let me know what you think about what you just saw in the chat. It's the biggest dog Chico to the scene, the place to be. I'm gonna be up and about this thing. Peace in the middle. You hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. Yeah, give me a shoe.